Today's video is brought to you by OrchidSupplyStore.com. I will have a link to their website in the description of this video. And for viewers and subscribers, if you enter the coupon code Danny with an I at the end, you will receive 12% off, and there is free shipping. So go have a look around because they have tons of goodies for your orchid and houseplant hobby. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel and welcome to the greenhouse. It's Danny. I hope this video finds you well and thanks for clicking. So come on in the greenhouse because today we're gonna talk about this little beauty over here in bloom and its care. Cultural and care information should only be used as a guide and should be adapted to suit you, your physical location, your environment. Only then can you really decide on the best growing methods that suit you and your growing plant. This is a Dendrobium parishii cross, and I will show you the ID to be more specific on the exact ID for you guys. I need to clean that tag, don't I? It is a deciduous orchid. That is such a hard word for me to say. So it will lose all of its leaves. I really did shy away from these type of deciduous dendrobiums when I first started growing up until about 2 years ago, because I just kind of thought they were ugly. I thought they were hard. That winter rest period scared me, honestly. And as you can see, I have one right there as well and one right there as well. And I just ordered 2 more from Big Leaf Orchids, you guys, which I'm super excited about because, well, it'll be a surprise. But I am really thankful for my friend Heath at Trees Epiphytes here on YouTube, because his encouragement, and he's such a great grower, and without his encouragement and his advice, I don't think I would be enjoying these blooms right now. And let me tell you, it is kind of an ugly orchid, but these blooms are magnificent, and I think you should have at least one deciduous type of dendrobium in your orchid collection, you guys. Deciduous means it will drop most, if not all, of its leaves off of the canes that have grown and matured, as you can see here. After the leaves have dropped from the mature canes, it will bloom usually in the spring to early summertime. Following right after that, or even while the blooms are still on those canes, new growth will start emerging and start to grow. As you can see, the blooms are really, really fantastic. And if you hang your orchid like this, these hangers are really, really cool. Those canes will come pendulant and hang like that. And I just think it makes for a really great display. Now, the blooms are very, very fragrant. It smells like sweet raspberry candy. And this, I don't think that's very many blooms, but it smells up the entire greenhouse with those few blooms opened up. And sometimes on the mature, older canes that have lost leaves, keikis, little babies, will begin to grow, and you can either pluck those off once they get some size to them and some roots to them, or leave them on. I'm going to choose to leave it on, and you can see how little that is, and it's budding for me. This orchid has really thrived in high light in the greenhouse for me, but some sort of shading is going to be required. I have a 50% shade cloth up, and you're going to want to give this orchid as high as light as possible without burning the leaves. And you can see here the leaves kind of have a purplish tinge to them, and that is just a good sign that the orchid is getting quite high light. I will show you where I usually have this orchid. So its permanent spot is hanging with that hanger right here, and it gets the morning sun right here, and it just gets really highlight right here in the greenhouse. Humidity, when it comes to humidity, what you will read online is that it requires 80 to 85% humidity during the growing season, spring to fall, but I do not give it that, and it is still thriving. As you can see right now, it's only 48% humidity, and it got as low as 16% yesterday when it was very hot, and the humidity is really low during the winter time because of my heater that's always running. So just give it as much humidity as you can and it will be okay. You really can grow this in any type of media that you would like. Again, it really is dependent on what kind of grower you are and what your environment is. If you are an overwaterer, you can grow this in just some pebbles, small stones, brick pieces, and just be happy watering it every single day. If you do not like watering every single day, pot it up in full moss inside of a plastic pot. Again, your environment is going to come into play as well, not just what kind of grower you are, but your environment. If you do have high humidity, or if you cannot give it high humidity, it depends upon your environment. When it comes to watering during the spring to fall, it should be watered so that the orchid's media doesn't stay dry, completely dry for very long at all. During the active growing months, which is right now, spring to fall, I water this every single day. Even if that media has not dried out all the way, because I do have moss, that is okay. Now during the winter time, this orchid needs a resting period. So once the cool days start to emerge and the shorter days come, you're gonna gradually start decreasing your watering and allow that media to completely dry before watering again. And you're gonna cut back, you're gonna hold off on the fertilizer. This rest period, I usually do a full month, sometimes a month and a half, depending on just where you live and again, your environment. Now, when it comes to fertilizing, like I said, stop fertilizing during this rest period, but during the active growing season, which is again right now, spring to fall time, I do fertilize this every other watering. I use a mixture in my 5-gallon pot of 1 tablespoon of CalMag, 1 tablespoon of Epsom salt, and 1 tablespoon of a 20-20-20 fertilizer. I hope you guys enjoyed today's care video, and happy growing. Stay safe. Till next time.